What's going on, guys? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we have part 4 of our Deadweight series. This is Legolas here. He is our next target. As you saw in the last video, this is where we left off. So he is around 70 million power, 69.2 million power. We are going to send a scout over here. I believe he has about 3 million troops, kind of a mix of T5, T4, T2, T3, and T1. Obviously, not many kill points. He has 400 million kill points for 70 million power, which is kind of why he's Deadweight. 3 million troops, like I said, mix of T5, T4, T3, T2, and a little bit of T1 there as well with some siege. So we are going to launch a rally with Captain Yami, our designated Attila Takeda rallier, and this is in Boudica and Ramsey's garrison. So this is something that you definitely don't want to have as your city garrison. I know if you're an archer player, Boudica seems like a good option, but she just simply isn't, especially for a garrison. Very, very swarmable. You can see this this damage that she's taking is just insane. 50,000 on some of these attacks. Obviously, very swarmable as well. We're going to go ahead and swarm since she is at half power. And for some reason, it lagged out and didn't swarm, which is unfortunate because this would have been a really good city to get into a swarm on because, like I said, she is a very, very swarmable garrison. Of course, my siege got in on the attack, but my other two marchers didn't. So we're going to have to pull those off so I don't hit into a high power city without any reinforcements for my allies. But then people start swarming right away on this. And ideally, we want to be able to launch a second rally because, you know, I'm pretty sure he's quit the game at this point. And so it's not really something that we need to like zero as fast as possible. You can see right here, this is the rally. 250,000 dead for us, 1.05 million dead for him, full hospital, 9.6 million power lost. You can see again the Boudica Ramsey's garrison, not a good choice. You can see here as we scroll out, we are swarming him down, and so I kind of rushed my troops back to the city because I'm realizing that people are just swarming him, and I was thinking that we were going to just launch another rally, and so I actually joined the rally here, and then realize that they're just going to swarm zero this guy. And so he's already down to 58 million power here. And so we are just going to go ahead. Yeah, Captain Yami just canceled the rally. So we're going to go ahead and just have to swarm this guy down because, some people, I realized when I was recording all these videos, some people are just swarm happy and they just love swarming cities. And so in some instances, it's a great opportunity. But in stuff like this where you're swarming into like 66 million power, it's better to just launch a rally. You can see Captain Yami throwing up the Julius Caesar emoji right there, wondering why we didn't launch another rally, because that definitely would have been a better option. Save some dead troops for us and be able to have those for KVK or have them for zeroing other Deadweight players. Obviously, we're going to be okay because it's shared amongst other people, people that are trying to drop power for migration or just to help the kingdom find our seed ranking. You can see his city's dying fairly quickly. He is pretty much out of troops at this point because his city's going from white to red in like 5 seconds. We're going to continue to swarm this guy down, and we will take a look at the reports here at the end as well. You can see some people are already teleporting out to the next city to hit because not many troops left in this one. You can see it's kind of lagging out here. I'm still at this point traveling, so I'm actually in the car. Not driving, obviously, riding with my family back home. And so you can see here, everyone's kind of teleporting out to the next target. So I'm going to be leaving the city. We'll go take a look at the reports, and we will go ahead onto the next city after that. We'll take a look at the reports here from these swarms, and we already took a look at the city rally, but we are going to go ahead and take a look at the city swarms, and then we will jump over to Zombie City, who is next. So here are the reports. You can see right here, these swarms are pretty decent. They're like a 1 to 10 trade for me on some of them. Obviously, as we get a little bit further down, they're going to be a little bit worse. Obviously, some of them are kind of matched because I was tanking. But yeah, so not a great opportunity for swarming a city. Obviously, a very swarmable garrison. But I would have much rather been able to just launch another rally on him instead of swarming him. But like I was saying before, some people are just swarm happy and they want to swarm everything. But here we have Zombie here next. He was in II, another Deadweight player. So you can see here we almost have a full rally. We are not going to have to wait for anybody, thankfully, because this is one player that we want to be able to zero right away. because he is still active, and so we want to make sure that we get into this. So we're going to join this rally. He is 78 million power. I believe that was 200 million kill points. He has a YSG, which kind of sucks because I just took some dead troops there. Eclipse here is going to take some dead troops as well with his siege. You can see here he has a Charles YSG garrison, one of the best ones you can choose. He has 800,000 T5 infantry, almost 800,000 T5 calves, 430,000 T5 archers, 2.4 million troops. Also has some resources in there as well. So going to be a good opportunity to zero this guy. You can see that Trajan from Eclipse is getting kind of wrecked with that AoE. I'm trying to keep my marchers out of the AoE so I don't have another 3,000 dead for nothing. You can see Eclipse is still moving his troops over. Same with Boss Lady, taking some deads. Definitely want to make sure we avoid that as much as possible. Already down to 75 million power. Eclipse still taking some deads there from the AoE, which is too bad. I am trying to get into cities so I don't take AoE from the swarm. But it looks like we are already going into the swarm here, so we are going to get my troops over. Not sure what's taking me so long to get into the swarm. I think I was just trying to kill off some archers on this one, because I am already running low on calves, and I want to be able to reinforce as many rallies as possible. I believe that's what I was doing. So using my Boudica to get into the swarm, and then obviously have my cav march in the rally as well. Gonna get my march back into the city, so if anyone swarms, then I don't take AoE. We can take a look here at the report. 1.5 million to 10 million from zombies. So 1 million dead troops, all T5 on this one. 185,000 dead troops for us. 1.5 million power to 10 million power. And then obviously I had that swarm with the Boudica as well. That did kind of decent. So we will go ahead and jump into the next rally. You can see here we have another one with Captain Yami with his Attila Takeda. So we are just waiting for this rally to finish mobilizing. I don't believe we have to wait for anybody on this one. Down to 68 million power already. Like I said, minus 10 million power from that last rally. So we are going to go ahead and launch this next one. Still has that same garrison, so he is not online. Obviously did not heal any troops at either. So totally offline, easy to zero. Want to make sure we stay out of that AoE. You can see Hamza and Sir Unknown back up a little bit, so they're not in the AoE. And so this one's going to die a lot faster. You can see he's already yellow from this Attila Takeda. I believe we are going to swarm him down after this one because he will be around 60 million power, or maybe even below that. I can't really remember. We'll see here. We can see I'm about to swarm with my Boudica once again. And then my siege as well from Bart City. Trying to kill off some siege and some archers. I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to get into that because there's so many people trying to swarm. And so let's see what he's down to. We're going to go ahead and start to swarm with those troops. We are getting the swarm in. I don't know why my Boudica and siege are going that way. I think I might have dragged the wrong direction, but you can see here we are swarming. Here are the reports. So 760,000 power to 7.4 million power, 786,000 dead for zombie. Once again, mostly T5 troops, 102,000 dead for us. And so we are going to go ahead and swarm. Once again, I don't know why my troops are over there. I think I'm still lagging from the car ride because, you know, like I said, I was out kind of in the middle of the country. And so we are going to go ahead and get in that swarm finally. He's down to 58 million power, 722 million kill points. Gonna get my calves back over there too because my calves got sent home from the rally. So we are going to jump into this swarm here and get as many kills as possible from the swarm. Get my Nevsky in there as well. And so, like I said, this is probably the best garrison you can choose as like a low spend, free to play. Even as a whale, some people, if they're not a garrison player, this is really the best they got, which is Charles YSG. You can see his AoE is doing well. He's picked up some kill points here, but it's not going to be, there's not really any garrison you can choose that's going to prevent you from getting zeroed if you're offline. That's just the reality of it, is that you won't be able to prevent yourself from getting zeroed unless you were online to pop a P shield or teleport away, or just meet your requirements in KVK and don't be a deadweight. Or if you're asked to leave the kingdom. If you're asked to drop power, drop power. It's really that simple. Most kingdoms are very understanding. I know we were very understanding. We gave like 2 weeks for people to drop power or to migrate. So we were very understanding about that, and people just don't listen, or they just didn't really care. And so obviously this is the consequence of that on being a deadweight player and just not contributing, which is just, I mean, it's not fair to yourself, and it's not fair to your allies, people in your kingdom, people that are counting on you, especially at a high power. And that's what really is the definition of deadweight, is a high power player that does not contribute. We had many T4 players, like 40 million power players, even free-to-play players that contributed higher than some of our 90 million power players. And we will be getting to a 90 million power player that gets zeroed and takes a massive rally. That will actually be the next one that we show here in part 5 of the deadweight zeroings. And so that will be probably the best one in my opinion. That was probably my favorite one to join into. And because that one was an insane rally, took tons of damage in the first rally. So that one will be a lot of fun to take a look at. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the reports from this swarm here and from the rally. So we are going to go ahead and jump right into those reports. All right, and we can see here some of these first swarms, or these latest swarms, are pretty decent. Obviously he doesn't have many troops left, like 50,000 troops. So as we go, we are going to see some worse reports for us, taking more deads, but we're also going to get more kills. So kind of a trade-off there. Like I said, I'm trying to drop power, so it works out for me. Some of those are really nice, like over 100,000 power loss for him, like 10,000 dead troops, so really good kills for me. Really fun to be able to swarm these players down and get some kill points from them, also some dead troops. It'll be nice to see what this rally report looks like as well when we get to it. Like I said, these are all just the swarms. Some of these are pretty crazy though, like 5,000 power loss to over 100,000 power loss. Obviously those are mostly Nevsky and Boudica because they are just such high damage commanders, and so very good swarms there, being able to zero zombie here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe. Make sure you guys stay tuned for part 5 coming soon.